Bitcoin pioneer and libertarian activist Ian Friedman has been arrested. Now, he has been charged with numerous crimes relating to the use of cryptocurrency, and he's been a long advocate for cryptocurrencies and, in general, libertarian ideals. Now, the feds claim that he's responsible for helping criminals money launder over $10 million using cryptocurrency and through a network, a Bitcoin network that he created, and also through these Bitcoin ATMs that he set up. You know, went to stores and said, "Hey, could you have my Bitcoin vending machine?" And they claimed that that also helped with this money laundering. And this is what's been a part of a lot of the Bitcoins, or the cash for Bitcoin trades from 2016, which led to their arrests in 2021. Now, the group of people that were nabbed with him are generally called the Crypto Six. They were arrested in March 2021, as I said. Now, they are big-time libertarians. They're part of the Free State Project in New Hampshire, all about the minimal government and not being a part of the government, but somehow running for mayor. And they've got a whole thing. Like, they've got this radio station going on. They host with one of the hosts, Aria DiMezio, who describes they-self as a transsexual Satanist anarchist. And we know what they mean by anarchist. The right wing, not actually an anarchist and completely misusing the term. Now, basically what they're accusing him of is helping the money laundering by setting up a series of ATMs. And he took a service fee of 10 to 15%. And then people could withdraw their Bitcoin or exchange them for cash. Basically, almost kind of the same thing as how an actual ATM from a bank works. Here's the problem. Exactly how is that money laundering? If what he's doing is essentially the same thing as running an ATM from a bank, how is that really different from the actual ATM? I mean, obviously it's not from a bank, and I'm not a supporter of libertarian ideals or even cryptocurrencies. But it seems kind of odd that they would be trying to throw him in prison for the same thing that, you know, regular banks would do. Criminals use regular banks to money launder all the time. Why aren't you arresting the heads of JP Morgan, Chase, Deutsche Bank, and other numerous really large institutions who, by the way, have done things a lot worse than this libertarian is accused of having done. I'm not seeing the difference here. They're saying that you would pay a fee for 10 to 15% to be anonymous so that he doesn't ask what your business is. Why would an ATM ask what your business is anyway? It's the same thing. An ATM doesn't ask you what you're doing with the money when you withdraw it. It just seems to me that this charge is only because these Bitcoin ATMs aren't actually connected to a bank. Because when you look at the substance of what they're accusing, the same thing would go for a regular ATM. So what's really the charge here? I think that's the problem. But they also charge him with unlicensed money transferring business. Now, money transferring businesses do require license, government oversight, FTC regulation, etc. And that he did do. Essentially, Bitcoin is that. Bitcoin is money. Also, it's not money because whenever I want to exchange it. That's basically the idea. So that charge seems, you know, relatively correct. I'm sure there's probably some other things. And he was also accused of basically selling Bitcoin to an undercover FBI agent, posing as a drug dealer, and he also faces 4 counts of tax evasion. Now, despite what a lot of libertarians and crypto people think, that is still taxable. That is an asset. When you sell an asset, you pay taxes on it. When you have an asset and it increases in value, you pay taxes on that. That's perfectly applicable to Bitcoin as well as any other asset. So technically, by not declaring that and then not paying taxes on it, that is tax evasion. So I would definitely agree with what it is that the law says here. I would be inclined to believe that, yes, he did break it. But this idea that somehow he was involved in money laundering, it doesn't make any sense. Because this is equally applicable to any other ATM that you would get with a regular bank. So in this situation, I think that particularly the money laundering accusation, it seems politically motivated to me, or economically motivated, depending on what your particular view of it is. So while I'm certainly not any supporter of libertarian ideas, or even cryptocurrency for that matter, I think it's absolutely foolish. This particular charge of money laundering seems also completely ridiculous. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.